Oh, what's going on, Philadelphia Eagles fans? It's your boy Philly Day One. And look, man, let's get into the topics about this here. Who do y'all want as an offensive coordinator for next year? We got a video. Elliot Shorts breaks down why the talks of KP. KP been in talks all season long for good reason. Good reason. I think who is the quarterback coach now? The Scott. I can't say his last name. I ain't gonna do that. But Scott is really you hear high praise from Jalen Hurts to him, and he's actually called plays. So I wouldn't mind him. I hear a lot of people talking about Brian Daboll. Is it Daboll from the Giants, the head coach that used to be from the Giants? You got Doug Peterson who's out there. I think John Harbaugh just got the Miami job. So Mike McDaniels is out there. Let me know who y'all think our OC should be coming next year. It won't be KP. It won't be KP. So let me know who y'all think our OC should be next year. I'm with the Scott, the quarterback coach right now. I'm with him. I like what he's done as far as his resume. It's been a lot of talks about Jalen Hurts. Since we talking about Jalen Hurts, it's been a lot of talks about Jalen Hurts coming up on this playoff game where a lot of people got us losing this 49ers game. I think it's for entertainment. So I'm not gonna crash out about that. But a lot of people think we're gonna lose this, and they're justifying it off of Jalen Hurts' performances of this year. And we've kind of made it clear. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna get into the conversation, then we're gonna talk about it. And the offensive line has been a issue, and I got somewhat of a theory about what's going on with this offensive line. And we're gonna talk about that at the end of the video. Well, not at the end of the video, but in the video. So, let's get into it. Say I done fell many times, but I got back up. I've been drugged through the mud, like it ain't been enough. I'm still going, 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 still going. And I done felt so much pain, but I wanna give up. But I can't stop now, cause I've been through too much. I'm still going, 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 still going. Okay, like I said, I want the quarterback coach from the quarterback coach we got now. He's inside. All you got to do is give him the position. I don't know if you could just move KP back or you got to fire him. I like a little demotion or whatever. Do you feel like Nick Sirianni gonna demote his buddy? Because Scott been there the whole time. Why not give him the job? I said that in a couple videos ago, but why not give Scott the job? I feel like Scott can do the job. He's got a resume saying that he could. He was coaching that Tim Tebow squad. He was an OC in that Tim Tebow squad. I just feel like that's a smooth transition. He knows what's going on. He knows what we like to do. He knows Jalen enough to know what to run, what schemes to scheme up. Let's look at this video. Elliot Schultz kind of going into the KP talk. So, run it.
A lot of Kevin Patullo talk heading into this game. I think you could argue there's probably nobody with more pressure on them, on the Eagles, than Kevin Patullo has in this playoff run. But I think that depending on what happens, there's going to be talk about whether Kevin Patullo will be back or whether or not he should be back. And the way I view this is, I do not think Kevin Patullo should be coaching for his job in the postseason. And I say that to say, you cannot let 2 games, 3 games, 1 game, whatever it might be, decide whether or not he should be the offensive coordinator next year. They have had Kevin Patullo in the building for 5 years. They have watched him do this job for 18 games, an entire offseason. They know who Kevin Patullo is. And he could end up being another offense coordinator that wins them a Super Bowl. It's certainly possible they do. But if the offense goes out and struggles on Sunday, that is not impacting how I view Kevin Patullo. Like, that is 1 game. I'm viewing how Kevin Patullo has done off of 18 games. Now, if they go and they win the Super Bowl, obviously he'll be back, and that's not a big deal. But going into the postseason, I think having Patullo have the pressure of knowing how the offense performs in 1 game, how the offense performs for 4 quarters, for like the fourth quarter of a close game, that's not a good way to have someone coach. So whether Petulla will be back or not, I think they should have already decided that. If they don't think he's good enough at the job, then really what happens in the playoffs doesn't matter. But I would.
All right. Like I said, man, y'all know why I stand on it. He shouldn't be here next year. Not in this job next year. Jalen Hurts, the conversations about him not putting up big numbers this year or whatever it is, people are saying, like, that's somebody who went down the list, reading off on some of the things he was doing this year, and it's been kind of evident that he's been handicapped. With him throwing 25 touchdowns this year is a bit amazing, in my opinion. It's a bit amazing. This is the highest amount of touchdowns he's ever had. And it's no thanks to this offense that he's running. It's no thanks to the offense. So, I mean, I don't know what more y'all want this dude to do. I don't know what more y'all want him to do. Y'all want him to go out there, call the plays, play defense. It's getting ridiculous. It's getting ridiculous, in my opinion. It is getting crazy that y'all want him to call his own plays. Scheme up this, do this. Like, y'all want him to do so much. It's almost like y'all just don't like what he's got going on right now. And that ain't really his fault.
His first playoff game on the road in Tampa Bay in January 2022, obviously the 2021 season. He was awful, right? That was his first playoff game. That was the one where the clip came out with the Bucs defense saying he can't read the field.
Yeah.
He was bad. I mean, we all know that. He was bad that day. He re-injured his ankle. They didn't have many weapons. They got blown out. Okay, we give him an F for that one. His first playoff game, an F. Second playoff game, which was the first one of the year they went to the Super Bowl in 22. Giants came in. Eagles blew him out. I thought Jalen played well. Now they blew them out, so the second half he didn't have to do much. He was 16 of 24, 2 touchdowns throwing, 1 rushing. I thought he got off to a big start. Hit Devontae with a big throw early in the game. I gave him a B+ for that game, so that was good. NFC Championship game over the 49ers here in Philadelphia. I mean, what is that, a C game, C-? He was 15 of 25 for a 60%.
Yeah, because that's when
Purdy got hurt.
Yeah.
So that was one where they didn't ask him to do much. He didn't have to. Right, the game was basically over when Purdy got hurt. So I'll give him a C for that one. Super Bowl against the Kansas City Chiefs. He obviously was excellent, right? We all saw it. We thought he was the driving force of the team. He almost won the MVP in the game. I give him an A- for that game because of the fumble. Other than that, he was awesome. Let's go to his next playoff game. You remember that one? Tampa Bay, a few years ago. 25 of 35. The Eagles scored 9 points. He took a safety. That's a D. It's a D performance in that playoff game. So far, we have an F, a B+, a C, an A-, a D. Right? Some great, some not so good. Let's go to last year, right? The 4 playoff games last year. Mm-hmm. Green Bay, 13 of 21 for 131 yards. I don't know. B? B-? Is that fair?
That's deep.
Okay.
That's I think that's decent.
Rams playoff game last year. 15 of 20, 128 yards. He did run for the big touchdown to start the game, which was a huge play. Also took 7 sacks. What's that one, a C? Last year against the Rams. C?
7 sacks. Yeah, I get that. C.
C, C-?
The 7 sacks hurt him.
It does. Now, the rushing touchdown was a big one. That's a big play. But they didn't move the ball for long stretches or score for long stretches, and Saquon won the game.
Yeah. I know it was snowing, but also, how many? Stafford put up some pretty hefty numbers.
Yeah, against the Eagles defense. All right, so let's call that a C. NFC title game last year against the Commanders, I say that's an A. He played really well. And the Super Bowl last year, A- because he had the pick in the first quarter, but he won Super Bowl MVP. He was good in the game.
Man, this is offensive line. I'm gonna let the video run, and then I'll give you all my thoughts.
Here, they had pretty clearly the best offensive line in the NFL last year. Would you guys agree?
1,000%.
Yeah.
Okay, that group, and I know those guys, and I hang out with those guys sometimes socially, and I, love those guys. They're not a top 10 group this year. So that's a massive difference. And there's reasons for that. So I would say at least two reasons would be, number one, with guys being in and out of the lineup. I don't know how many games Toe started at center for Juergens or Toe started at left guard for Landon. Obviously, Lane's been out. Fred Johnson's been in there. They just haven't had the same continuity and chemistry. And we've seen way more guys coming free unblocked. Way more. So that's part number one. The second part of it is they're just not what they were a year ago physically. And the best way you can see that is like if you watch a tush push, I can tell if you just watched Landon Dickerson over the last month or so, I can't tell you how much respect I have for that guy. He is hurting. I mean, he I don't know. I mean, he's had 2 knee surgeries since the Super Bowl. But this
offensive line, let's take out Cam Juergens when we talk about the offensive line, because Landon Dickerson is still hurt. Jordan Mailata did an interview on my last video. If you saw the last video, Jordan Mailata did an interview where he was saying that he feels really, really fresh. And Jordan Mailata earlier in the season was missing blocks. He was whiffing some blocks too, but he's been playing much better, way better. Landon Dickerson has not been playing to the Landon Dickerson we know of seeing. Now, it hasn't been terrible, but it has not been the Landon Dickerson we know, we've seen. So, he is underperforming. Tyler Steen, man, ain't no way we thought that he was going to come in here and make this blocking game better. There's no way that anybody going to sit here and tell me that we insert Tyler Steen in there and our blocking game is going to be the same or better. I didn't believe that at all. I just didn't think it would take this big of a step back, you know. And there's some plays where Tyler Steen is doing a really good job, you know. But he ain't moving the bodies that Mekhi Becton was moving. You know, I kind of want to go get Mekhi Becton back. But, I mean, we can't do that now. You know what I'm saying? We have to wait and see how it play out. Maybe in the draft. We got enough draft picks to get something worth on putting on the line of scrimmage. I also, before we leave, I also want to go and put this up. These are the years these are the biggest years of Jalen Hurts' career. Almost 4,000 yards, you know what I'm saying, on both of these years. One is Shane Steichen, and then one is Brian Johnson. When Jalen Hurts has to force things, because there's not really a lot there, he tends to get more interceptions. Like, he'll turn the ball over. When he got stuff that's schemed real nicely, he don't turn the ball over much. You know what I'm saying? So 2020, they pretty much had the same yardage. He'll get you yardage. What we don't want from him is turnovers. Shane Steichen made sure that was a reality. Brian Johnson, not so much. He had to force a lot of stuff in Brian Johnson's offense and in his offense. So the things that Jalen Hurts can do, we know of that 2020 season. That 2020 season was crazy. The things that he can do, if you let him rip that thing, and you can scheme him stuff, is amazing. He ain't had that since Shane Steichen. He ain't had it since Shane Steichen. Now, we've had a really good run game last year, but outside of that, he ain't had an OC that was good since Shane Steichen. So, I don't know what y'all want from dude, man. I don't know what y'all want. Y'all let me know. That's all I got, though. Like, comment, subscribe, turn those post notifications on so you don't miss no video. And we out. Let's go Birds.